Thanksgiving was always my favorite holiday, a day full of family, laughter, and food. This year I was especially excited. I had been saving for months to bring a homemade pie. My sister Jessica was hosting this year. The house smelled like roasted turkey and pumpkin spice. Everyone was laughing in the living room. I entered with a warm smile, pie in hand. "Hey everyone," I said, trying to match their excitement. Jessica glanced at me and frowned slightly. "Oh, you're here," she muttered under her breath. I thought I imagined it, but later I realized she hadn't been joking. During dinner I offered to help with serving. I poured gravy and passed the rolls carefully. I smiled at my niece Emma, who giggled back. Everything seemed normal, until Jessica leaned in and whispered, "Are you just here for money again?" My fork dropped to the plate. Silence fell over me. Everyone else was busy chatting. "What?" I asked, my voice trembling. She smirked. "You know, asking for cash like always." My heart sank. I could feel my face burning with embarrassment. I had never asked her for money, not once in years. My parents were watching, confused. I tried to laugh it off. "Jessica, that's not true," I said softly. She rolled her eyes and walked away. I felt humiliated. Every joke they had made about siblings seemed real now. I avoided eye contact with my brother Mike. I wanted to disappear. My mom leaned over and whispered, "Ignore her," but it hurt too much. How could she accuse me in front of everyone? The mashed potatoes tasted like ashes in my mouth. I pushed my plate away, trying to hold back tears. Emma asked, "Why aren't you eating?" I forced a small smile. "I'm fine, sweetie," but I wasn't. After dinner I excused myself from the living room. I went to the porch to get some fresh air. The cold November wind hit my face. I tried to steady my breathing. Every happy memory of Thanksgiving seemed gone. Jessica came outside, smirking again. "You're still upset?" she asked. I shook my head. "I didn't ask you for money, Jessica," I said firmly. She shrugged. "Everyone thinks you do," she said. That stung more than I expected. My parents stepped outside, concern in their eyes. "Riley, what happened?" Mom asked. I wanted to scream. She accused me of asking for money. I didn't. My dad sighed, trying to calm me. "Let's not fight tonight, son," he said softly. But the humiliation lingered. I remembered past Thanksgivings, how I had always tried to help. Cooking, cleaning, contributing. And now, it was all questioned. I felt invisible and judged. Tears stung my eyes as I walked to the garage. I wanted to leave, just disappear. I heard Jessica laughing inside with her friends. Every laugh felt like a knife. I leaned against the car, trying to breathe. I couldn't understand how she could say such a thing. Every memory I had of her now felt twisted. The pie in my hand seemed meaningless. I wondered why I even tried to be nice. I thought about leaving, but I didn't. I stayed outside, cold and hurt. I could hear my parents trying to mediate, but their words barely reached me. I felt like an outsider in my own family. The fun, laughter, and joy were gone. I tried texting my best friend Alex. "Jessica accused me tonight, I don't even know why." I typed. Alex replied instantly. "That's awful, man. Ignore her." But ignoring didn't fix the sting. I watched the sky darken, stars blinking like tiny witnesses. I whispered to myself, maybe it's better if I stop trying. I stayed on the porch, shivering in the cold. My hands clutched the pie tightly as if it could protect me. I could hear Jessica teasing my younger cousins inside. Each laugh cut deeper than the last. My mom called my name softly. "Riley, come back in," she said. I shook my head, tears welling up. I wasn't ready to face her yet. Dad stepped outside, placing a hand on my shoulder. "Son, don't let her ruin your night," he said gently. I nodded, trying to breathe. Jessica appeared at the door, smirk still on her face. "You're still sulking?" she asked mockingly. "I didn't ask you for money," I said, voice trembling. She rolled her eyes. "Everyone thinks you do. Always have." My chest tightened. My parents watched silently, unsure what to say. I felt cornered and exposed. "Why would you say that in front of everyone?" I demanded. She shrugged again. "It's just the truth," she replied. My hands shook with rage. I wanted to scream, to leave, to vanish, but I stayed, holding my dignity. "This isn't truth," I said. "It's your opinion, and it's wrong." Jessica laughed cruelly. "Opinion? Everyone knows you're always asking for money." I felt my heart shatter. My mom stepped closer, voice calm. "Jessica, that's enough," she said firmly. "Riley, take a deep breath," Dad said. I closed my eyes, trying to calm the storm inside. I thought about past Thanksgivings. The love, the laughter, the warmth. Was it all gone now? I opened my eyes, facing Jessica. "I've never asked you for money," I said. "Not once. And you know it." She smirked. "Maybe you think you didn't, but everyone else sees it." Anger surged through me. I felt tears burn my eyes. "Why are you trying to ruin everything?" I asked. Silence fell for a moment. The room seemed to shrink, the cold November air heavier. I felt alone, isolated even in my family. My younger brother Ethan spoke softly. "Riley, maybe just ignore her," he said. I shook my head. "I can't just ignore lies about me," I said firmly. Jessica laughed again, sharper this time. "Go ahead, cry about it," she mocked. My hands balled into fists. I wanted to leave the house forever, but something inside me refused. I wasn't going to let her control my emotions. I stepped back inside, holding the pie tightly. My mom hugged me quickly. "You're right, Riley. She shouldn't have said that," she whispered. I nodded, tears finally spilling. Jessica glared, clearly annoyed by my return. I set the pie on the table quietly. Everyone avoided eye contact. Tension thick in the room. I realized I didn't need to argue. The truth would always stand. I smiled faintly, trying to regain my composure. "I'm done fighting tonight," I said softly. Jessica scoffed but said nothing. Dinner continued. The laughter forced, awkward. I focused on Emma, who smiled at me innocently. Her joy reminded me why I stayed. I remembered that family wasn't perfect, but love could still exist despite flaws. After dinner, I helped clear the table. Jessica mumbled under her breath, clearly still bitter. I didn't respond. I washed dishes, humming softly, reclaiming small peace. Mom brought me a plate of pie. "You made this," she said. I nodded, taking a bite. Sweetness filled my mouth, calming my soul. Dad patted my back. "You did well today." I felt a small spark of pride. The night grew quieter. Family gathered in the living room. I chose to sit, watch, and not react to Jessica's words. Slowly, the tension began to lift. I realized I couldn't control her behavior, but I could control my own heart. That night, I learned a painful truth. Family can hurt, but strength comes from holding on to your own integrity.